Hello and welcome to the Nerd Squad podcast, where we cover all your nerdy needs and wants. I'm your host, Keegan, and I'm here with Cody.
What's up?
I'm here with Alex.
Hello.
And I'm here with the editor of this podcast, Nick.
Down here.
He's under the table. We got a few questions from from our audience that are very good questions. The first question is how Marvel Rivals is taking over the team fighting community by force. Cody, would you like to add on to that?
Yeah, so as we know, Marvel Rivals has been really big recently, releasing on December 6th of 2024. And it's been going really strong already. It's been going on for only less than a year now.
Yep, maybe 1.5 months at least.
Well, no, December.
Yeah, I agree too. I haven't played much, but the parts that I have played have been a lot more fun than any game I've played in a while.
Absolutely. I think that it's taken over, but we don't know what Overwatch will do just yet, though. It could be. It could be. Maybe Overwatch will take over again. Maybe it'll come out with something new. We don't know yet. But as for right now, Rivals is on top.
Yeah, exactly.
The next question is Marvel Rivals, what our thoughts and opinions were. I'll go first. My opinion on it, it's absolutely amazing. It's not... I've seen people say that it's like Overwatch. It's not... Well, it is. Okay. But you could also say that Team Fortress 2 is like Overwatch.
That's wrong. Overwatch, TF2 inspired both Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. Technically, I guess you say.
Well, I'd have to kind of shut you down there because mainly, while people think that Marvel Rivals has been stealing from Overwatch, it's not really at all. It's its own separate thing.
Exactly. And I'm not saying that Overwatch wasn't inspired by Team Fortress 2. Obviously, Team Fortress is the GOAT of all team multiplayer games. But what I'm saying is, you could say that Overwatch is like Team Fortress 2 because it follows the same directive. It follows the same team fighting objective. It's the same thing with Rivals in Overwatch. Okay, you could also say that Rivals and Team Fortress 2 are similar too because they're the same reason. I don't think that Rivals is perhaps stealing some of Overwatch's stuff because it's another team fighter. I mean, they're gonna be similar. They're gonna be similar in some ways. You know, they're gonna be alike in some ways. I mean, they both have tank classes. They both have support classes. That doesn't mean Rivals stole the idea of support from Overwatch.
Yeah. So yeah, you can.
That's not what I was saying. I was just saying that TF2 inspired both Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. I don't know where you got stealing from, but okay, I guess. What's the next question, anyways?
Okay, Overwatch versus Marvel Rivals. Which game is better?
Me personally, I'd say Marvel Rivals. Though I may be biased because I have not played Overwatch at all. I've just seen gameplay and stuff and all that, and I've seen how toxic the community can be compared to Rivals and all. So what do you say to that?
Well, what I say is that Rivals right now I think is better than Overwatch, but back then Overwatch, people thought Overwatch was better than Team Fortress 2, and people were still playing Team Fortress 2 by the time Overwatch came out. But I don't want to pick an ultimate favorite just yet because, like I said, Overwatch could turn it around. It could go on top again. We can only know for the future. But based off what I've seen in Rivals, they're gonna give Overwatch a run for their money.
Yeah, I agree with you there. You can't really choose a favorite just yet. I mean, sure, Overwatch is falling over, it's drifting over itself, but that's given for our company game that hasn't had any competition in what? Like, I think 8 years.
Exactly. Overwatch, like, ever since it took the team fighting ranks by force, it hasn't had to try as hard to compete because it had nobody to compete with. Overwatch was the top dog of the team fighting games. And the fact of the matter is that now that Overwatch has a competitor, we don't know if it has the same competitiveness as it used to. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. But I think this is good for Overwatch because they're actually gonna start trying, actually gonna start working, because in a way, Rivals is helping Overwatch.
Yeah, I agree there. But honestly, I think that Blizzard also tripped over themselves really badly. Like they knew for how long, like almost about a year, that Rivals was coming out, and they didn't try anything like new to try and keep players there before Rivals came out.
Exactly.
But honestly, I am confident though, because there is an event going on when I think like somewhere I think like February 12th.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, Overwatch is having an event or something, like they playing like groundbreaking PvP stuff. And if it is good enough, there is a chance that Overwatch can put up a good fight against rivals.
I got a question of my own.
Ask away.
Over the past few years, how do you think Overwatch has been doing ever since it came out on top? Do you think the game's gotten better? Do you think the game's gotten worse? Do you think that Overwatch should change for the better? Has changed for the better or changed for the worse?
In my opinion, I say it's I guess wavy. I guess it goes from being good to being bad, being good again, then being bad. What about you, Cody?
So, I have to say that I know that Overwatch 2 has been getting at least better with some things over the years. It has been messing up a lot with like how they'd say like they would have story in Overwatch 2, but it would like they eventually like made it so like I think they canceled it or something or like removed it.
Yeah, they did. They put it behind. They put it behind a paywall. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ruins it.
Yeah, I disliked the PvE in Overwatch only because of the paywall, and only because once I paid for it, because I loved the game back then. I paid for it, and I was kind of disappointed because it didn't feel like a story. Sure, there were a couple cutscenes, and the cutscenes were amazing, but besides from that, the gameplay was kind of iffy. Like, it's not something I haven't seen before.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, the next question is, what is our favorite Marvel Rivals character? I'll go first. My favorite character has to be Venom. I love Venom. Venom is just, they did a really, really good job designing it. He looks like the comic. Like, unlike some of the other games where he doesn't really have the spider logo, not that I've seen. The spider logo is kind of huge, and it's Venom with the teeth and the long tongue. They did an amazing job designing him. Cody, what's your favorite?
So currently, I know he's very controversial. I can't speak, but Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Okay.
People really hate him in games, considering how
Vulcan.
Yeah, how broken he is.
Yeah. Are you Cody? I got a question for you. Do you wish they would have added Danny instead of the Iron Fist that we got?
Sometimes, because Danny has been going on as Iron Fist for much longer.
Yeah, I think he's more known.
Current Iron Fist has, and he was a completely different hero than before he became Iron Fist.
Yeah, and Danny, not a lot of people know who the new Iron Fist is. Me personally, I don't know what his name is. But Danny, we all know who he is. He's been Iron Fist for quite a while. He's been in multiple TV shows and movies. He's been Iron Fist for so long that not bringing him in the game is kind of, I don't know, maybe they should have done better with him. But I do think he's broken in his own way, because he has one thing that the other melee characters don't. He has a lock on. He can lock on to his opponents and hit them instead of aiming directly at them.
Yeah, and it probably makes it easier to get a bunch of kills.
Yep. What is your favorite, Alex?
People are probably gonna hate this, but honestly, I say Jeff the Land Shark.
Jeff the Land Shark.
Hey, he's an adorable little shark. How could you hate him? I don't understand why people hate him.
Jeff the Land Shark, me personally, I think Jeff is the cutest. But I think why people hate him so much is that his ultimate is the most broken, but also the most hated ultimate in the game, only because he can turn a team fight around like that.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And they should at least tone it down. Like maybe let them grab like 2 or 3 people in a team.
Okay.
Like, that team's fair.
Yep.
Like 2 or 3 people in a team.
Yep. Continue.
I'm sorry.
Okay. On to the next question. Thoughts on the future of Rivals. I'll go first. The future, I think they're gonna do great news. What I don't want them to do is pull an Overwatch. Excuse my language. I don't mean no any offense to you, Alex. I love Overwatch too, but the thing about it is they immediately started like they immediately started like changing the heroes, and Rivals hasn't really done that. They have, don't get me wrong. There's these things called season buffs. They're still doing that, but they're not changing any of the movesets. They're not changing too much. What I like about them is that they're getting the bugs sorted out first. They're getting everything that they need to sort it out first. In a way, everybody's unbalanced. Every character is so unbalanced that it's surprising. But I think that that's actually helping the game because, in a way, it's balancing itself out because people now know how to counter the character instead of whining and complaining about it, saying it needs enough. Cody, Alex, what do you think?
I kind of agree there. Yeah. Although none of it's taken, don't worry.
Yeah.
But I will say this: is that I feel like eventually the game's gonna get kind of boring, and I feel like Marvel's gonna get desperate and start making new heroes. Because, I mean, one thing I give Overwatch credit is that their creativity for making new heroes is that they actually have to work on it. Meanwhile, Rivals has like a bucket full of heroes they can just like reach in and choose from.
Well, to be honest, I have to agree with you in some parts. However, Marvel Rivals, what they do is they're dropping heroes every 45 days.
Yeah, yep.
That's what they have set. It's currently a new hero will be in place for every 45 days, which for Overwatch it takes them years.
Exactly.
Those make sense considering how they have to create new characters.
Exactly.
And all that. Though Marvel Rivals has to create brand new designs for their character.
Yeah, and I want to add on to that. A lot like Cody just said, he explained it really, really well. Overwatch has to create a whole nother persona, a whole new character out of thin air. And I will agree with Cody. They have to work way harder. I'll agree with Alex. They have to work really, really hard. So I don't want to throw any dirt on Overwatch, but Marvel Rivals, I will contest you on that, Alex. I don't think that they're gonna get desperate and create new characters because there's over I think 1,000 almost of the Marvel characters. They have so many to choose from that they could go on for years and years and years and years and years and years and years without actually running out of character ideas. Now it is hard to create a character. Okay, they have to create a new moveset, new style, and all that. But every 45 days is crazy, and I do understand that Overwatch takes 4 years. It's not easy.
I was just thinking, why did you call me Cody? Cody did not say anything there. I was the one who said all that stuff. You said Cody. Yeah, I do say fair, I guess. But still, I still prefer, I guess, Overwatch's hero style.
And I understand
that. What do you think?
I understand that.
I mean, well, at least, it's because they have more creativity. They don't have something to go off of that they kind of have to go off of. Overwatch can be free to create what it wants with the materials it has. Granted, if they don't use it right, it's going to turn out horribly, but still.
Well, thank you, listeners. It looks like we're out of time. We'll see you next time, and remember, nerds for life. Stay nerdy.
My voice works for this.
If you got any questions, go to kaufmanj@bcschools.net. Email him, and he'll pick up. So, yeah, go there for your questions.
You can't